My name is Tomas Kašpařík, and I built this tiny Ferris wheel. It's 3 meters 65 tall or high. Yeah, and what can I say about it? It was inspiration was from the London Eye, because of the strings, the technique that it uses. That it doesn't have any solid structure, only the frame is solid, sort of. And yeah, it has about 40,000 pieces. What are
So this build is so massive here. When you first started, kind of come up with the idea that you want to do a Ferris wheel, how'd you decide to make it, kind of on this scale?
Well, I built one theme park for a guy that wanted it, and he wanted something bigger. So I said, why not a Ferris wheel? And I actually built. This is the second one I built, or third. The second one was 235. This is 365, and I wanted to. Well, actually, I wanted to build something bigger, but it's kind of expensive. This is about 10,000 euro. So
that's quite a bill.
Yeah, I just made the design and said, if anyone wants it, I'll build it. You have to pay for it. And well, someone says I want it, so I did build it.
Okay. And talk about kind of the structure here and how the whole moving mechanism works.
The moving mechanism is simple. There are inside the building there are two small Lego engines, and they drive the two wheels. So it's moved on the frame, and the strings basically it's the same principle as a bicycle, as the wheel on a bicycle. You have to have pressure. There's I think about 30 kilograms of pressure in the frame. So that's why when you look from the side of the Ferris wheel, it is a little bit curved, but it holds. Yeah.
And when you come to a show and set this up, what is that whole process like?
The whole process is that I set up the building, and I need actually two people to help me to stretch the frame so I can connect the last pieces. You have got Technic axles over here and the connectors, so you can pull these apart and put them together. So I'm transporting it in about 10 120 meter pieces. So I can store it in my tiny car. And when I have to put it together, I put it together on the ground, and I have to grab the center and actually lift it. Yeah, that's the most difficult process. It happened to me once or twice that I couldn't lift it, it fell. I have to stretch the strings and everything first to make it all even.
Okay. So then the thing kind of holding up the whole wheel here is kind of the two big gray supports. Is that kind of the main support for the whole wheel?
Yeah, that's the main support, and it's the only support. The other strings on the side, it's just decoration. And it's actually just 3 layers of bricks and 5 layers of plates. And in the corners you've got wedges, which are holding the slopes, the clay slopes. So that all holds together. Very simple technique, very easy, and you can build it as high as you want. I think to the roof you could. Yeah.
Just keep going.
Yeah.
So does it stay pretty strong here and stable as you have it on display? Can it be bumped and stuff and it doesn't have any issues?
I can show you if you want to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Now I'm getting nervous.
No problem, really. It's 6 lift rounds, so there is a little bit, what do you say, there is a little bit, few microns space, so it will move, but you can't really do anything with it, you can't take it down. Unless like you really push it. And then I'm leaving.
Then you just walk out at that point. Yeah, well, this is awesome. So your mock card says it's the world's largest Lego Ferris wheel. So this is the biggest Lego Ferris wheel anyone's built?
It's the biggest one I could find. There was one guy in US that made about 3.1 meters. But it was a solid structure. I don't know what is it called now. But he's a very, very known guy, very, very famous here. And that's the biggest one. I wasn't sure about the Ferris wheel in the Legoland. But it may be about similar size, but mine is like 99.999% Lego. The only thing that's not Lego in here is the center steel axle. because it's about 15 kilograms of weight. Yeah, that's the only non-Lego part. Nothing is glued, everything is original. And when you go to Legoland and you see like maybe half of it is metal. So I don't count that one.
You're more purist here.
Yeah, very.
Yeah, well, that's awesome. Do you have any idea how many pieces are in the whole thing?
About 40,000.
Okay.
A little under 40,000 pieces. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, very impressive. Thanks for bringing this out to the show here and putting it on display. Appreciate it. Thanks for talking with us.
Happy to be here.